Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on day 2 of Chrissy's Beautiful Life Series 15, and this is the sketch for today. And I'll get it a little closer for you. So you can see it has hexagons again, just like yesterday's, and it's more in the background. So maybe some stamping, maybe I can layer some up a little bit, and it's got one great big hexagon, the title with some journaling, and one photo. So what I'm going to do again is make a 2-page layout because I have lots of photos, and I am going to use these photos of my daughter and my horse. We did a photo shoot for her for a big horse show that she was going to, and she changed outfits, and this particular session of photos is going to be with this pink outfit that she had on, the pink shirt. So all of these are the vertical photographs or portrait photographs, and this is the only one that is a landscape. So I'm going to use this as the photo for this page, and all of these I'm going to put on the other page, and I'll use flip flaps that we had with Close to My Heart that I have stockpiled. I didn't use them much when Close to My Heart was in business, and now I find I really enjoy using them, and hopefully Stampin' Up will come up with some in the future. That's why I joined Stampin' Up, to hopefully they will have some of the products that we had with Close to My Heart. So keep your fingers crossed that we have the flip flaps coming out soon in the fall, I hope. So that again is the sketch that I'm going to use. And these are just some of the things that I pulled out. These are the rest of the sketches. I don't need those. So I pulled out some white cardstock for the base, and I'm using a heavy piece of white cardstock for the right side because that's going to have all the flip flaps on it. I'm also going to use some glitter paper, and now that I look at it, that really doesn't match with that color of pink, so we'll have to see if I have something else. And that paper is from the In Color Glimmer paper. So let's see if there's a pinker color in here real quick. Sorry for the glare. And I really like their glitter paper. It's very similar to what Close to My Heart had, and this looks like it might work a little bit better. So let's hold that piece out. I also brought in this paper, and this looks like it'll match up really well. So this is the one sheet, and it is kind of monochromatic, but it is that faded look. It goes from the pink to the coral color. And that is from the Thoughtful Designs Specialty Designer Series paper. And you get 8 pieces in here, and they're all different. You want to see a little snapshot of those? Or it might be 4, and it has the, sorry about that, 4 pieces, and it has all those colors that I saw. We'll see here. So yes, 4 pieces. So each one, 5 pieces? Each one has 2 colors, so they're faded from one to the other. I know that one might work better. Let me see. I'll hold it out. And that's the one that I already had pulled. So let's see. That's the one I had pulled. And this one, oh, I don't know. That might work too, because they have the blue in the sky. And then, of course, maybe I could take some of the green. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to hold these 3 out. And we'll put these away. I love using all the new products. It's always so fun to play with new stuff. I also pulled out my little container of hexagon shapes that I have had in my stash. So we'll see if I can use some of those. I just pulled out my big hexagon punch. And this is, I believe, a Fiskars. Is it marked? Yep, Fiskars. And then I have this old one from Creative Memories. It's 1 1/4 and 1 1/2. And I'm thinking this is a 2-inch. So I could use some of those. I also pulled out some old stamp sets. So I have this one, Sweet as Honey, Card Making Workshop, and that has X hexagons there and a couple of single ones here. This is an old stamp set, Honeycomb Flare. So I could stamp some of those on some of the hexagons in my stash. And then again, these ones, and these are different sayings. This is Happy Hexagons from Stampin'Up 2017. I always love to use my old things. And I also got this pack of Saying Something Ephemera from Stampin'Up. This is new. So let's open it up and see. And I like to use little words, especially on the pictures that I put in the flip flaps, just to, you know, just to say a little something about the photo. And because a lot of them are very similar, and I really cut down on the amount of photos that I printed. So let's see, this 2 sheets of 1. And, you know, I'm so proud of you. Make a wish. Here's to you. Just so many usable little sayings. Good luck. That would be good because, you know, this is getting ready for the big horse show, which is already in the past, and she did well. So I'm very proud of her. And then this one. Nice. Howdy for the horse things. Okay, and another one. These are really good for cards, but, you know, I'm going to use them on my layouts. So, let's see. You make life so rosy. The world needs more people like you. Way to go. What a milestone. You know, they can be used for so many different things. So, lots of good stuff there. And they're all, like, laser cut out. They might have a couple little pieces here that I can use my sanding block to sand those off. And I'll show you what I use. Let's see if I can find it here. I got these on Amazon. They're files for your nails or whatever you want to file down. And you can use it to remove paper, little paper threads. So let's say, you know, there's one here. You can just rub it like that and it takes it right off. And they're really inexpensive. I also have them for sale at my retreats. They come in real handy. And they're different grits. You can get real fine or real heavy duty ones. So one last thing I pulled out was this embossing folder, Adoring Hearts Hybrid Embossing Folder. I have not used this yet and I've been wanting to use it. So let's see what it looks like. I know they're not hexagons, but I thought I could put the hearts in the hexagons, you know, layer them on top. So what it does is it's a hybrid embossing folder. So it embosses your paper, and then you take the thin cut or die cut. Gotta make sure I use the correct terminology. And these are on tape. There's a real thick tape that's holding it down to the cardboard, so trying not to make too much noise on the video, but you peel it off of the cardboard and you can use all these pieces to cut out more details. And you can put it in here, and I have to see what side, but it fits in here. So then you put your paper on it, close it, run it through, and it embosses and die cuts all those hearts out for you. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to do that and see what they look like, but I think that they'll fit really nicely on some of the hexagons. So I'm going to clean up here and I will be right back. Okay, I got my die cut machine that was from Close to My Heart, and I put it on the 3D emboss section here. If you have the Stampin' Up one, you'll have to check to make sure what your sandwich is. But this machine makes it easy to make the correct sandwich just by turning the dial. That's why I like it. I did hear that the Stampin' Up! Ones are going to be on sale next month. I don't know how much off. At least 10% is what I've heard. Okay, so I got my cardstock. And this is Pretty in Pink, I believe. It's one of the in colors. I had it laying out from my video yesterday. And this is going to fit here. So maybe I should put it like this. And it's going to fit right around those hearts. And put the cardstock on top. Put the folded side through first. I will cover it with my platform for this sandwich. And then I'm going to run it through. And back again. All right. Oh, look at it already cut through. All right, so let's put this away. All right. Ooh, look at that. So nice. Those really are embossed. Very nice. It's so nice to get them all at once, too. There's 9. And then the piece that's left, they would make a nice card. You could cut it out, whatever size that you need. It's kind of big for a regular card, so you'd have to trim it down, but I'm sure I'll find a use for it. So I'm going to keep this together just the way it is and put it away. I think I might cut out some leaves while I have everything out, just to see what they all look like. Let's use some of that fun texture pattern paper. I'm going to cut some of this down. I think I will just use, let's see, the widest of these is 1.5, should be plenty big enough. And it has the numbers on the right side, so I can line it up there. This Creative Memories cutter is nice. It's just what I have handy right here. So I'm going to cut some of these out now. Oh, do you want to try some of the glitter paper? Let's do some of the glitter paper too. I have not used these dies before, obviously, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, did I cut that out too small? Let's see, I could do it sideways. I could do them like this. Yeah, they'll fit. Okay. Bring the machine back out again. I'm going to put it to die cut. Nope, we got to take the plates out. Like that. And I'm going to line the paper up on here. I think I might be able to get it 2 done at once with that paper. And I have had these move before. So I almost always use tape to tape them down just to be on the safe side. Most importantly, you don't want the thin cut to overlap another thin cut because it could warp it. I don't like to stick the tape to the paper because it has a tendency to sometimes tear. The pressure of putting it through the die cut machine really makes the tape stick to it. I try to tape it where the paper is going to be on the outside of the thin cut, so hopefully it won't tear. So let's cover it with our platform. Slide it in. So far I've had good luck with the Stampin' Up die cuts. They've cut very cleanly and crisply with this machine. I haven't tried any very intricate ones yet, so we'll see how these do. So far so good. Let's see how these came out. Yep, it cut through both layers. Okay, so I'll get all these pulled out and I will be right back. Here's all the things that I got cut out. So now we'll see how they fit together with the embossed hearts. See if we can figure that out. So, and if there is any rhyme or reason at all. Those three look the same. These three. Okay. So these obviously do not fit how I thought they might. That's okay, because they could fit on a plain heart if you cut one of these out of white. Then you could layer it on top. But this, you know, is all learning. The heart in the long strip that I thought was going to be cut out with hearts in it, only cut the hearts out. It didn't cut out the strip. These three hearts are from the inside of this, and then I have the little branch pieces. So those are the embellishments I've got so far. And these pieces I had left over, we can see if we can use these up on the layout itself. So let's get to work on the base page. I'm going to keep these on this white piece and get the other white piece out. So these are my two pieces. And I'm going to have the photo here. I haven't thought of a title yet, but I may be able to pull one out of that pack that the die cut word pack that we showed earlier. And we can do these photos. I need at least 3 in a pile for the flip flaps to work. And they can be in any order. And then 2 more would be okay. And then I can have journaling underneath one of them. So those look really good. I love that. I love it just the way it looks right there. So this one will have the title. We will have to have some hexagon layering and stamping and some blending underneath. They do have an embellishment cluster here, which we can do. And then just some outline of the hexagons. So not anything too detailed. We do have one great big hexagon. I might do that. I'll have to see if I have anything to measure that out, or I'll have to just cut it with my Cricut. Okay, to start, I got out soft seafoam, granny apple green, balmy blue, azure afternoon, pretty in pink, and melon mambo. These are all brand new. I think I've only used the pretty in pink. But I brought out my craft mat. This one was from Close to My Heart, but I know Stampin' Up! Has one that's really good. And I'm going to get started on these by adding some base color to them. And there's no rhyme or reason to how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to add some color, and I'm going to go light to dark. So I have flamingo and ballerina. And the ballerina will be what I use with this one. And this will be a new experience to see. This is just discolored from being in the holder. A new experience to see how these blend for me. I know the ink pads are a lot juicier, and there are a foam consistency, so I'm going to try to be careful. I do want to get some good color here. I could use a stencil too, and I may bring out a stencil. I do like that these have the little strip that you were able to put on the ink pad for coloring. Oh yeah, this is a much brighter color, and it may even get the color on the blending brush to become more intense by wetting it. I don't know, so we'll see. I know there wasn't much color on this blending brush before I started. Let's bring a little color over here because the base is going to be the pink to match her shirt. And I'm not pressing very hard, so these are definitely very intense ink pads. So let's go with the light blue next, which is the balmy blue. And I think I have my glacier for that. And let's go real light. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a much a lot more ink. A lot more ink on these. All right. Make sure I don't get them confused. I'm leaving them out because I have to use them for the other page. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you a tip that someone suggested. And if I can find it. So Close to My Heart, we had these pickup tools, and what it is a waxy substance stick. It's not, I don't think it's wax. It's not like, it doesn't break or anything, and it's quite cold where I am in my craft room. But they said to rub it up and down in here in the little track where your roller goes for your ink pad. And what that does is make it go slide a little bit easier. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I didn't apply enough. Not too bad. So we'll do that with all these as I'm using them. So this was the Bluebird. And really light because this is a deep color. You can see it catch on the edge of the paper here. I like this color. It's very close to what our Bluebird was. I bet you it makes, yeah, look at that. It's making a little bit of a purple there. All right, so now I'll go to the green. And let's slide this on here. That was pretty good. I don't know what it's supposed to be like to give it a good estimate, but it feels better to me. So I'm using the jade one here. And this is the Granny Apple Green. So this is the darker green. I should have done the lighter green first, but that's okay. I'm just going to do a little bit of green. Oh, it's pretty. These colors do seem to blend very nicely. Very nicely. I really like how this is blending here. I don't know if I got the finger there. Oops, I got some there. So we're going to have to put something there to cover that up and wipe my fingers off. Does it ever fail that you get something on your layouts that you didn't intend? It is what it is. So we'll just add a little ink there. It won't erase it all, but it'll help blend it in. If a little bit of it shows, it's okay. So now we'll go with the soft seafoam, and I had to put a little label over the green label because I couldn't read it because it was so light. So I just used my label maker to make a darker light letter there. Let's see what this looks like. Now this is a very light color. It's much easier. I don't have to worry about being so intense. So let's go here. So it really isn't adding much. I bet you it would if I used a stencil. It would probably show through very nicely. Let's see if I have any die cuts in that one stamp set. A lot of times I'll make extras. Oh, look at, yes, I make extras for, just in case I need them for a quick project. And, oh, it looks like this one was even used as a stencil. So let's go ahead and continue using that one. And see if this shows up. Just a little bit. Because it's such a light color. I don't know if you can see that with the camera. There. So let's go ahead and see if we can cover this up a little bit better. I'm just adding a little hexagon design. And we want that to show that. There a little bit. A little bit more. Oh, I used the wrong green. That could be why it didn't show up much. There we go. Look at how much that showed up. All right. Let's do just a little bit more, a little bit softer, so it looks like it's fading off. Nice. Okay, where you do it once, you got to do it again, and wrong ink pad again. So let's add a little bit down here. Oh, there we go. And And in this corner, and I keep wanting to go to that ink pad. I might have to move it out of my way. Let's do a little bit more. Wow, that looks really cool. Okay, so that's the start of our pattern. And look how that just makes that blend in a little bit nicer. All right, so now we got to do the other page. And if you don't want to see me recreate this again, then you can skip ahead. But I'm going to do basically the same thing. Let's see, I'm going to start with the, let's see, the ballerina, which is pretty in pink. Now this is going to have a lot more photos across the middle, so we don't have to use quite so much in the middle part. All right. And I also want to determine where this is going to be. So let's see. Because in my scrapbook, I'm going to have them side by side like this. So I kind of want blue here instead of pink. So I could do it like that. I could do it like that as well. Then this one, I can also change it here. I think I'm going to kind of like the green at the bottom. I think I like that. So let's see, we'll have pink there. Oh, there we go. And that's that way it matches up right there. Now it will flow much better across my 2-page layout. So I'll just keep this handy so I can see where it is. Let's do our little wax pencil here. That one actually slid pretty easy, but I have used this one before because this was one of the first that I got. I haven't had that much time to play with everything. I've had so much going on with a new baby horse and a horse show, and then I went to Oklahoma to help my daughter and then to Texas. So it's been quite a busy month, and with gardening and hay to do, it's kept me busy. So I've been wanting to play and I haven't been able to. Okay, so now this was really inky, so let's be careful. Let's see where it matches here. Looks good. Oh, that looks good just the way it is, doesn't it? Okay. And I don't have to have any more pink up here. I do have to have something across here. Let's add a little more up here. And that'll go down below the photos. Okay. So let's cover this up. Did we do the wax on this? I don't know. Let's do it again just to be careful. Be on the safe side. Well, it feels like it might have helped. All right, so those two are done. The 2 pinks out of the way. Let's do the blue. And this is the balmy blue. And this is going to be just here. And we're going to go all the way up because that'll show. Oh, look at that. I got a blotch. So I didn't start. If you start from off the paper, you're not going to get that blotchy look. If you start on the paper, then the intense portion of the ink will show. And with the Close to My Heart ink pads, I could put the ink on here on the lid and use that to spread it in the bristles on my brush. But I don't have that option now. I'm hoping that Stampin' Up! Adopts the magnetic ink pads that Close to My Heart had, but that again will be something to see in the future. We're going to try some blue here. And we're going to do some blue over here. Sorry about the dog. They always pick a time when I am doing videos to bark. Okay, so I think that's good. So now we're going to add the green. I'm going to try to be good about not confusing my ink pads. All right, so we do the ink here and the light green here. Let's do a couple of light hexagons right here to join that together. I want to do a lot because this will be the top part. And I always like the top part to be lighter than the bottom so that my pages don't look top heavy, depending on what you're doing with the layout. Sometimes you can have it darker at the top, but not for this one. So we'll do maybe some green over here. Another thing to be careful is if you have ink on the craft mat and drag it onto here, see the pink here, you could get a mix of colors too. Oh, and I'm going heavy with the green on the top, so we're gonna have to do some more down here. That's nice about doing the mix. This is like a mixed media background. So you can make it as heavy or as light as you want. That moved, but that's all going to be okay. You see how that is now adding more weight down here, so it's not quite so heavy up there. So it looks good. I think that looks good. So they look pretty nice together. So with the photos on there, it's really going to come together. All right, so let me clean all this up, and I'll be right back. All right, I want to see what is in here in case there's anything else I can use. And I already see a great big Cricut cut bee. Oh, I like that. That might be one of the embellishments, but look at all these little hexagons I can use. I don't know if I'll use them on this layout, but I can use them for cards or anything. And I do like these little tickets. I could use those for the words. Here's a little bee cut out, not stamped yet. There's one that's stamped. Oh, I don't think so. I do like these white ones though. I might be able to make use of these. I think that's a 2-layer, yep. There's another one that was used as a stencil. Ooh, what's this one? It's a little stamped one. And I think I traced it with a pen. There's another white one. Another white one. Another white one. No. Okay. I might be able to use that green in the cluster. There's another one that was colored or drawn on. All right. Another flag. All right, I don't think any of these other ones will be usable, maybe those white ones. So I'll put all these back. I think these letters spell out sweet as can be, which would be really nice for a title. The S is backwards. I wonder if I could turn them all over. I think so. I think I can. Sweet. I don't know about the rest of these though. Maybe be as And I need can. I hope that's in frame. Sweet as can. There's an N. All right, that's correct. And 2 E's. And we can have the B. That's perfect. So there's my title. And that is definitely fits. I know we all love our kids, right? But my daughters, yes, sweet as can be is very fitting for her. She treats me very well. She has a wonderful family, a hard worker, all the stuff. So, okay. So let's see what hexagons will fit. Let me do a brown one. That is the wrong color pink. Oh, that's one I can use for journaling. The blue, that'd be okay. Dark blue, no. Okay, since we have a brown, we'll want to have another brown or more. And that's got, looks like tape on it. So I could stick something to it, but not for this. So let's see what else we got. If you don't mind watching me rifle through, you can, or you can fast forward. Oh, here's another brown one. That's a big one too. So that's a big, a medium, and a small. Perfect. There's a pink one. I don't know what's on there, but we can use it. There's another blue one. Yellow in the B. The yellow's not going to be anywhere else, but that might be okay. It could be a magnet color, which will draw your eye right to it. And if I'm going to have it with the photo, it will draw your eye right to the photo. So that's always a good thing. There's a little tiny pink one. I wish I had some bigger pink ones, but that's okay. These are those little photo organizers that come in the case with, I think there's 14 in a row of 7 and 7. Really great for shapes like this, or any of your stamped images that you've cut out. There's not enough room in the package to store them, so you can store them in these little organizers. And I just label them and have them in a row for me to pick through when I need something quick. This is what we've got, and we're going to have the photos in the middle here, and this little label can go here. We can have a little hexagon there, a hexagon here, a couple hexagons down there. So we got a couple extras here. I don't think these ones are going to make it. Maybe the brown one. I was thinking this would go. Maybe it will. We'll hold it out just in case. That'll be extra. These white ones we can stamp or color. This color, no. That's got out of place. This pink, maybe. The green was going to be there. The whites. So we can do brown and yellow. And the brown. The cluster that's going to be here is going to be big. So this will make that label pop out. So we'll have a big one there. This pink one can be here. This green one maybe here. Oh, this green one would be good to cover that up, right? Okay. And then the green one here and down here. So this pink one, we can have this stretching across, cut it in the middle, so that way it will be on both sides. Kind of a trick you can use when you only have one of an embellishment. so it spans both sides. So that can be there. We got enough brown. I don't want to have too much brown because then it makes it dark. This one we can have here. I'll get all these white ones out of the way until we stamp them. There's nothing on that one, but it is outlined. This one's got a purpley outline. I don't want that. It's kind of clashing. This is that stamp one with purple. It doesn't really match, so we'll have to find something else for that. All right, so let's spread the blue. We've got the brown here, the photo, the title, this little baby pink one here. You're getting my whole thought process with this video. All right. I hope you like it. Do you like longer videos? I do. I know I enjoy watching one person. I don't have to get up and change it. Okay, I like having that there. Let's go ahead and spread it here. So it's a heavier color brown behind there. We can have a little one here. Some of the hexagons. Maybe there. We can have a white one up here. And this is just a very, very loose representation of what I'm thinking. Let's see, we can have this one overlapping and that underneath with the tag, maybe the tag up here and here. We can have this little pink one here too. Where can it be? There. It looks cute there. It's kind of like, looks like it's misplaced though, doesn't it? So maybe here. It looks better there. The bee can be flying in, like maybe here. The sweetest can be, let's see. Here's the sketch again. Of course, you don't have to follow. Oh, look at, there's even a bee on there. I didn't realize that. I wasn't thinking to even use a bee. I don't like it up there though. I could have to move the photo down here farther. So maybe, so I could have the bee up there. The sweet as right here with journaling. So the journaling could be there. The sweet as can be here. We can get this one here. Maybe have that one there. With that. I like that initial. Now there's a lot of stamped hexagons here. So we could also do some stamping. That one there. So this had the outline. I didn't want to use that. So we're going to use some blue ones. The blue might be distracting now that I'm looking at it. So we'll see. Some of that will be hidden underneath. Let's see, is that too big? That might be okay. That's a cute little cluster there. I like that. All right. This will be here. Now this will be covered up by photo, so that's not going to be any good right there. Maybe we can have it like this. So some of it will be showing under the photo, which will be, there'll be 6 inches, so we'll have 3 and 3 and then 6. So this will show somewhat. This one can go here then. It does show, even though it's small, but I kind of think I might want the blue there. You could put the pink in the middle. Nope, that's too distracting. Maybe the pink here. That looks good on top of the green. I wonder if the blue would look better over here. I don't like the blue. I like it without the blue. Maybe that blue is enough. 1, 2, 3 blues. So we'll see. We'll take it away for now. I might add it in over here. Could add it in just a little bit on the side. That looks okay. It'll be just a small representation. And then we can just have this pink one here. That looks good. I like this already. And we're going to look at these stamps, because that's all I really have left. And then I'll have to glue everything down. Oh, look, this is sweet as honey. Besides the little word labels. So let us see. That's solid. I like the polka dot one. I like this one too. But this is just the line one, which is the representation that they had in the sketch. So let me get a block. And when you have a line stamp like this that's real squiggly and you could get it all out of shape, just put it down and it'll take its normal shape and then pick it up with your block. So now it's the right size. It's not lined up on the block though. So let's do it again. That looks better. Okay, so now I can stamp the black outline, but I don't think I'm going to do it in the black. I think I'm going to use the colors, my ink pad colors, to stamp this. That way it won't be such a harsh look. And I can stamp some of these designs on these other hexagons. And this little one especially. Let's see what these are. Oh, look at, there's some in here too. And these are probably the right size for the stamped image. So there's some white ones. So let's see. Dream On. Or Oh So Happy. We could do Oh So Happy. That would work out well. We could do a little row of hearts. I like the Oh So Happy and Dream On. So we can do those. Well, let's determine where this is going to be stamped first. And are these going to fit? They look a little small, so I think they will cover it totally. I do like this one. And this is the kind of idea I had with the hearts that were embossed. Let's see how that's going to look. Just a few of them, and especially on the brown, right? But these little things can work just fine. These little leafies, whatever kind they are. And this is going to have a matte on it as well, maybe even a double matte. Let me think about that. Might use the pink and brown. I could use black too, because there's already black here, and there is black in these images, so I could use a black. I always like to use black to really let the photo pop. There's a really small hexagon, and there's one there too. I like this one with words though. That one I like. So we have this outline. So I'm going to go ahead and get stamping. Let me take a photo of this so I know what it looks like. And then I can take everything off. I've done a little bit of work on everything before I turn the video camera back on, and I will tell you what I did. I matted this photo, and I used some of that paper that was the two-toned with the silver embossing as a matte, and then I also used black. And from this matte of that two-tone paper, I punched out some hexagons to use as embellishments. So I didn't want to waste all the paper behind the photo. So it's always a good idea to, you know, cut out part of it. We call it gutting it, so that you can save some of that paper. And I'm sorry for my scratchy voice. I think I caught something either on the airplane or in Texas or Oklahoma or wherever I was traveling. So yeah, summer colds are not fun, but I want to get this video done nonetheless. So that photo is done. And on this side, because the photos are in their full size 4x6, and I had the flip flaps, it was quite easy to lay these down. And I cut out strips of that paper to put at the top and the bottom. And I love how it turned out. It really frames those photos and really brings your eye into them. So to put the flip flaps on, and I put the photos in already, okay? So what I'm going to do is take the little adhesive strip off. Oops, it's a little electrically charged. And I'm just going to lift this photo up very carefully. And I'm going to slide it right underneath. And this stuff is really sticky. And I'm going to try to center it so the photo lays right underneath. There we go. Go there. Okay, I'm going to make sure the photo's all the way in that flip flap. So that it folds over perfectly. Okay. Once it's in the page protector, it should be fine. So this one's going to go on the top of this one. So you do the same thing. Is lift the photo up. And you can, of course, do this before. I'm actually going to need to lift up both of these photos as well, because it's going to tuck under the corners. And some of this planning you can do ahead of time before you put the photos down, if you think of it. But I wanted to show you in the video, so... That one will go over like that. And then this one will go on the other side. I'm trying to get the photo laid out so that it's right over the photo on top of it. There we go. So those are really tight, right? So what I can do is put that one over the top so it'll hold them down. So there we go. So that is, I love how the flip flaps can add more photos. You can see a whole bunch. And of course you can have them all out at once. So it really creates a nice layout like that. So I really, really hope they come out with more flip flaps. Now for the embellishing. I think I'm going to do the main photo first. And I changed a little bit on how the hexagons are going to be flowing from here down through to this one. And then a little cluster up here as well. And then we'll have the bee up on the top like it was in the sketch. So we're going to move all these down. And I'm going to tack this photo down just a little bit to hold it in place so I can kind of gear where it's going to be as I'm laying down everything else. And this is just regular double-sided tape, which I like to use. It's not so sticky that it'll tear the paper if I lift it. So let's go ahead and check these out. You'll notice I took away all the little blue hexagons. They were just too distracting. Sorry for all the little dog paws upstairs. I thought I'd put that there. The title is going to be on this brown hexagon here. It's going to be the base for the title. And I've got this green one here that I can layer inside one of those. And then this white over the top of that will really pop because it's green underneath and all around it. And that is too big. Where was I going to have this one? That's gonna go there. This is my journaling. So it can go there. And this green is quite pronounced. I think I was gonna layer it there. And that brown one can go in the middle of there. And I thought I would frame some of these with this hexagon piece. Or was I going to put it there? Yeah, I thought I was going to put it there. Okay. This one is going to go here between the two pages. Oh, here it is. So I was going to do the heart on this one. And that's not where I'm going to have it. Maybe it was here. And this one has the words in it, so I was going to have it here. I see how that's a little off center. I think I will correct it and I'll have the lopsided look there. That's okay. I can put this through it. That will kind of help to keep you from seeing how off that is stamped. And this one, we can have it down here to cover up the other one. Okay, so that looks okay. This was going to be here. Can I have the heart overlapping it? Yes. You can do whatever you want, right? So that one's going to be there. I was going to have the hearts there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, that one's there. This one. I don't think I was going to have it there. And then I was going to have some of these little leaves poking out. And this little heart there. And I was going to have the little pink one. In the middle of that. Okay, and then the bee will be just following the path, which will be going around this way. So, let's see. Can actually move him there. I like that better. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to speed up the video and glue everything down. And then I will move on to the other side. This side of the layout looks really nice. And it's very soft and sweet. So I'm very pleased with it. I'm going to just cut this off and then I will be able to apply it to the other side. And maybe I'll just use scissors in the back. I think everything is pretty well secured down. Oh, one isn't. I can move this one to the side. I'll move this over here and bring in the left side. All right. There's the cut piece. So this is where I'm going to start because I know this one has to go there. All right, so I'm going to follow the same process and glue everything down now. I like how it looks. And the only thing I'll have left is my journaling at the end. I hope you enjoyed this.